Hey, what's up, guys? Passive Baller here. We are on the fifth game for this February 9 NBA Game Day edition. We are talking about two elite teams in the NBA these days. We're talking about Boston Celtics and Utah Jazz. This is an interesting matchup that they have. Before we start discussing it, I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, Passive Baller, to please click on the subscribe button below and also include that bell logo or bell button beside it. That way, automatically, you guys will receive notification or confirmation whenever we have new videos up. Again, this is Boston Celtics going up against Utah Jazz. As we always do, let's check on the standings of both teams first. Let's start with Boston Celtics. They are the number 4 team of the Eastern Conference with 12 wins and 10 losses. Unfortunately for the Boston Celtics, they actually lost their last game, and that was against the Phoenix Suns when they lost the game by 9. For Utah Jazz, they are the number 1 team in the West, and they are the number 1 team in the entire NBA at this point with 19 wins and 5 losses. And not only that, they are also enjoying a 4-game winning streak. So are they up for another 11-game winning streak? I don't know. Let's see. But definitely with how Utah is playing right now, I'm not going to be surprised if they would establish a new winning streak like that. So let's take a look at the details of this game. This one would be played at Utah. So it will be Utah's home court. And as I always mentioned, Utah is one of those places wherein actual fans are allowed to go inside their gym or their arena. So that's a huge advantage for the home court team. To see your fans cheering for you. Booing your opponent. If you played college basketball or high school basketball, you know what I'm talking about. So that's a huge advantage for Utah Jazz, and the minus given to Utah is -4. So Boston is actually enjoying a +4 on this. In terms of fatigue, I don't see any problem on both teams because both teams did not play yesterday. In terms of momentum, I guess that's quite easy to tell. You know what? Utah Jazz won 11 games straight. They lost once, and now they're on a 4-game winning streak. So for the past, if my math is right, for the past 16 games, they've won 15. Man, that's crazy. That's so Chicago Bulls like, and I'm talking about the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls era. For Boston Celtics, they're doing well now, but they still don't look like the Boston Celtics that they were last bubble because of the injuries that they are suffering. And talk about injuries, let's take a look at the injury list for both teams. For Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown is questionable for this game, and we all know how how important Jaylen Brown is, and may it be in offense or defense, man, he is a huge part of this team. Romeo Langford is actually out out of this game, as well as one of their best players, Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is actually projected to miss 2 to 3 weeks, and that's something really huge for Boston Celtics. I'm sure, say after 2 to 3 weeks, and how many, say let they would have like 5 losses on that 2 3 week span. For sure, if Marcus Smart was there, those 5 to 6 losses would have just been like, I don't know, 2 to 3, and that's how important and how good Marcus Smart is. Now for Utah Jazz, Mike Conley is actually ruled out on this game still. Huge regarding sprained ankle, and there's still no timetable, so they're a bit used to it now. And Juwan Morgan, actually he sat out. Their previous game, and it says here that it's still unknown if he will be available for this matchup against the Celtics. So it's more of a game time decision for Juwan Morgan. But really, the huge news for Utah Jazz in terms of their injury list is Mike Conley, because Mike Conley is their starting point guard. So he would still be out. All right, so who are we picking here? Utah Jazz is at home. They have the home court advantage. Um, uh, Nobody in terms of fatigue factor. Utah Jazz still has the momentum, the edge in the momentum. Utah Jazz, for me, has the better roster. I mean, come on. I know Boston got this big three, but Utah Jazz has a deeper rotation and has a deeper bench. Plus, if we take a look at the injuries, man, I know Mike Conley is out for Utah Jazz, but they have Donovan Mitchell to cover Mike Conley's scoring capability, and our own kababayan, Jordan Clarkson, is out there off the bench, scoring 20 points, 20 plus points via 3-point shots. So Utah Jazz, they don't really have much of a problem in terms of the loss that they have. But for Boston Celtics, them not having Marcus Smart, that's something really huge for them. And again, that is a testament of how important the bench is. Plus, we don't even know, as mentioned earlier, if Jaylen Brown will be playing. If Brown wouldn't be playing, man, that should be a massacre for Boston Celtics. Both Brown and Smart not playing, and you're going up against the number one team in the league right now. I'm not even talking about the West. In the league right now, Utah Jazz. This must be an easy pick. Utah Jazz -4 all day, every day. If you got a Facebook account, just please click on the button in the upper right hand of this YouTube channel. It'll bring you to our Facebook page, Pass a Baller. That's the name as well. Just follow and like that page. You can also send us messages or questions through the messenger on that Facebook page. Stay there. We'll be uploading the rest of the videos. Peace out. Pass a love. God bless.